High-yield savings accounts. You've definitely heard about them, right? They're everywhere, promising to get your money off the couch and actually start working for you, earning way more interest than your plain old bank account. But are they really the simple, safe bet they seem to be? Well, today we are digging into the incredible promise of these accounts and a wild story that shows a hidden danger you absolutely need to know about.
So let me ask you something, and it's a question that probably keeps a few of us up at night. Is the money you've worked so hard to save actually losing its value? I mean, think about it. If your cash is just sitting in a traditional savings account, with inflation acting like a silent thief and interest rates being next to nothing, the answer is, kind of painfully, yes. The number on your statement might look the same, but what it can actually buy is shrinking day by day.
And boom! This chart says it all. It shows you the problem clear as day. Over on the left, you've got that teeny tiny interest rate from a typical savings account. And on the right, that's what a good high-yield account can pull in. We're talking APY, or annual percentage yield, of up to 5%. You guys, that is not a small difference. That is a massive growth gap. It's the difference between your money taking a nap and your money sprinting in a marathon.
So if those old-school accounts are the problem, then high-yield savings accounts, or HYSAs for short, are pitched as the big solution. And this is where we get to the promise, the big idea, that you can get the safety and security of a savings account, but with real, actual, you can see it, growth.
Okay, so what exactly is a high-yield savings account? Honestly, it's pretty simple. Think of it like a regular savings account, but supercharged. You see, a lot of these are offered by online banks that don't have all the costs of running brick-and-mortar branches, and they pass those savings right onto you with much, much higher interest rates. It's the same job, just with way better results for you.
Let's just quickly break down why people are so into these accounts. First up, it's risk-free growth. Your money isn't tied up in the crazy ups and downs of the stock market. Second, your cash is safe. It's federally insured for up to $250,000, usually by the FDIC. Third, you can actually get to your money when you need it, which makes it perfect for that emergency fund. And last but not least, that high interest rate compounds. That means your interest starts earning its own interest. That's how you put your savings into overdrive.
It all sounds pretty perfect, doesn't it? You've got safety, you've got easy access, and you've got high returns. What could go wrong? Well, this is where our story takes a bit of a turn. Let's look at a real-world case study involving Capital One. It really pulls back the curtain on how that high-yield promise can sometimes go very, very wrong.
So, Capital One was out there marketing its 360 savings account with all the right words. They were telling customers they'd get a great everyday interest rate, that it was one of the nation's top savings rates, and that their money would earn much more than anywhere else. And people signed up in droves, believing they had this top-tier account they could just set and forget. But then, things started to change behind the scenes. According to a formal complaint filed by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, back in 2019, Capital One quietly rolled out a brand new product called 360 Performance Savings. Now get this, it was pretty much identical to the old one, except for one huge detail: it paid a much higher interest rate. And meanwhile, the rate on that original 360 savings account, it was eventually stuck at a dismal 0.30%, right when other interest rates were starting to climb.
So you're probably thinking, why didn't people just switch? Well, the CFPB alleges that was all part of the plan. This quote from the complaint is just stunning. It's internal guidance telling employees they must not proactively mention the better account to customers. The bank allegedly made it hard for their loyal, legacy customers to even know a better option existed, an option that actually delivered on the original promise.
And this graph from the lawsuit, it tells the whole story in one picture. See that blue line at the bottom? Just flatlining. That's the original 360 savings account, left in the dust. And that orange line shooting for the stars, that's the new account. It was tracking the benchmark interest rates, while the original customers were left earning basically nothing.
And the cost of being left behind? It was enormous. The CFPB alleges that by keeping millions of its customers in the dark and stuck in that low-rate account, Capital One avoided paying out over $2 billion in interest. That's billion with a B, a staggering number that shows you the real-world impact this had on everyday people trying to save their money.
Okay, I know that was a heavy story, but it has a super important lesson for all of us. This does not mean high-yield savings accounts are bad. Not at all. It just means we have to be smart about it. So let's build our own playbook for choosing wisely and making sure our money is really working for us.
All right, here it is, your 5-point safety check. First, and this is totally non-negotiable, is it insured?
Look for FDIC or NCUA. If not, just walk away. Second, look at that APY. Is it competitive today? And remember, these rates aren't set in stone. They can change, so you've got to keep an eye on it. Third, you've got to hunt for hidden fees. A great rate can get totally wiped out by monthly charges. Fourth, check on your access. In an emergency, how fast can you actually get your hands on your money? And finally, do a little digging on the bank's reputation. What are real customers saying in reviews? You want to know they have a history of treating people right.
So we end right here. High-yield savings accounts are a fantastic financial tool, but as we just saw, they're not something you can just set and forget. You have to stay in the game and be your own best advocate. So after hearing all this, the real question I have is for you. Is your bank working as hard for you as it should be?